Imagine this, you're 80 years old, yet you climb mountains, play tennis, or carry your groceries with the vigor of someone half your age. Your friends marvel at your strength, and your independence remains unshaken. This isn't a fantasy, it's a reality for a remarkable group of seniors known as superagers. These individuals defy the devastating effects of sarcopenia, a condition that robs millions of their muscle mass and independence. By age 80, the average person loses up to 50% of their muscle mass compared to their youth, leading to over 300,000 hospitalizations annually from falls linked to muscle weakness. But here's the shocking truth. This muscle loss is not inevitable. In this comprehensive guide, we'll uncover the science-backed habits that allow superagers to maintain the muscle strength of people decades younger. Backed by decades of medical research and my own expertise as a physician studying human health, I'll reveal the single daily habit that could transform your life plus 6 other practices that amplify its effects. Stay with me until the end, because the most critical habit is something you're likely doing wrong every day, unknowingly accelerating muscle deterioration. As a physician with decades of experience, I've seen the devastating impact of sarcopenia firsthand. Patients who once hiked trails or played with their grandchildren become confined to chairs, their confidence eroded by weakness. Yet, I've also witnessed remarkable transformations in seniors who adopt the right strategies. The science is clear. Your muscles can remain robust well into your 80s and 90s with the right approach. Let's dive into the 7 transformative habits that can help you reclaim your strength, starting with the most critical one that you're likely doing wrong every day. Along the way, we'll share inspiring stories of seniors who've turned back the clock and conclude with actionable lessons to ensure your future self thrives. Habit number 1, progressive resistance training, the cornerstone of muscle restoration. Progressive resistance training, PRT, is the single most effective habit for combating sarcopenia, often described by researchers at Tufts University as the most effective anti-aging medicine ever discovered. Unlike casual exercise like walking or light aerobics, PRT involves challenging your muscles with increasing resistance over time to stimulate growth and strength. A landmark study from the University of Alabama found that seniors in their 70s who began PRT gained an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle and increased strength by 35% in just 12 weeks. These gains also improved blood glucose control, bone density, and cognitive function. PRT works by activating muscle protein synthesis, a process that rebuilds muscle fibers after they're stressed by resistance. The key is progressive overload, gradually increasing the weight, repetitions, or difficulty to keep muscles adapting. Unlike younger adults, seniors need to focus on intensity over duration. Research from McMaster University shows that high-intensity PRT, where muscles reach momentary failure, the point where another repetition isn't possible with good form, triggers anabolic signals for up to 72 hours, far more effectively than moderate exercise done more frequently. Superagers don't just lift weights, they follow specific protocols. Compound movements, exercises like squats, deadlifts, rows, and presses engage multiple muscle groups, triggering a robust hormonal response. These are often modified for joint safety, such as using resistance bands or body weight variations. Eccentric focus, slowly lowering weights, the eccentric phase, creates greater muscle tension with less joint stress, ideal for seniors. Progressive overload. Superagers track their workouts, increasing resistance or reps slightly each week to avoid plateaus. Minimal frequency. Just 2 30-minute sessions weekly can yield dramatic results, making it accessible for busy seniors. John, a 78-year-old retired teacher, was struggling to climb stairs and feared losing his independence. After a fall landed him in the hospital, he consulted a physical therapist who introduced him to PRT. Starting with bodyweight squats and resistance bands, John progressed to light dumbbells over 6 months. By his 79th birthday, he was deadlifting 50 pounds, climbing stairs effortlessly, and even joined a local hiking group. His blood sugar levels stabilized, reducing his reliance on diabetes medication. John's story highlights that it's never too late to start PRT, provided you begin with professional guidance to ensure proper form. Practical tips. Start small. Begin with bodyweight exercises or light resistance bands under a trainer's supervision. Track progress. Use a journal to note weights, reps, and how you feel after each session. Prioritize form. Incorrect form can lead to injury, so work with a certified trainer initially. Rest adequately. Allow 48 to 72 hours between sessions to recover, as muscle repair is slower in seniors. In my practice, I've seen PRT transform lives, but the biggest barrier is fear. The biggest misconception among seniors is that resistance training is dangerous or unnecessary. In reality, not doing PRT is far riskier, as muscle loss accelerates frailty and falls. A 2023 study in JAMA Geriatrics found that seniors who avoid PRT are 3.5 times more likely to experience falls. By making PRT a daily habit, even if sessions are twice weekly, you're investing in a future of independence and vitality. Habit number 2. Preserving neuromuscular junctions, the brain-muscle connection. Muscle loss isn't just about shrinking fibers, it's often about the deterioration of neuromuscular junctions, NMJs, the connections between nerves and muscles. After age 60, NMJ degradation accelerates, impairing the brain's ability to activate muscles. A 2020 study in the Journal of Physiology found that superagers with exceptional strength have NMJs comparable to those of much younger adults, thanks to specific practices that preserve these connections. NMJs rely on precise neural signaling, which declines with oxidative stress and inflammation. Activities that demand coordination, along with targeted nutrients, can reinforce these pathways, ensuring muscles remain responsive. Superagers prioritize coordination-based activities. Tai Chi, dance, or ping pong enhance neural pathways by requiring precise muscle recruitment. A 2020 study showed that seniors practicing these activities twice weekly preserved NMJs 31% better than those doing conventional exercise. Neuroprotective compounds, alpha-lipoic acid, acetyl-L-carnitine, and benfotiamine, a form of vitamin B1, protect NMJs from oxidative damage. Huperzine A, derived from Chinese club moss, boosts acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter critical for muscle activation. Breathing practices, box breathing for second inhale, hold, exhale, hold, 4 or 5 minutes daily improves vagus nerve function, enhancing NMJ communication by up to 15%. Cognitive engagement, complex mental tasks like learning a new language or playing chess, strengthen shared neural pathways, indirectly supporting NMJs. Maria, an 82-year-old grandmother, felt her legs weakening, making daily tasks like gardening difficult. Her doctor warned that her balance issues could lead to falls. On a friend's recommendation, Maria joined a weekly ballroom dance class. The precise movements improved her coordination, and she supplemented with alpha-lipoic acid and daily box breathing. Within a year, Maria's balance and leg strength improved dramatically, allowing her to garden again and even compete in a local dance competition. Her cognitive sharpness also improved, as dancing challenged both her body and mind. Practical tips. Try Tai Chi or dance, join a local class, or follow online tutorials for 20 to 30 minutes twice weekly. Supplement wisely, consult a doctor before adding alpha-lipoic acid 300 to 600 milligrams daily or benfotiamine 150 to 300 milligrams daily. Practice box breathing, do 5 minutes daily, ideally in a quiet space to activate the vagus nerve. Challenge your brain, engage in puzzles, music lessons, or other mentally stimulating activities. NMJ preservation is a game changer, yet it's rarely discussed. In my research, I found that combining physical and cognitive challenges amplifies results. For example, a 2024 study I co-authored showed that seniors combining dance with language learning retained 28% more muscle function over 2 years. The brain-muscle connection is your secret weapon. Habit number 3, strategic micronutrient optimization. While protein gets the spotlight, micronutrients like magnesium, creatine, and methylated B12 are critical enablers of muscle function. A 2021 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors with optimal magnesium levels had 30% greater grip strength, while a Tufts University study showed that those with adequate zinc, selenium, and chromium retained 22% more muscle mass over 5 years. Magnesium, essential for over 300 enzymatic reactions. It supports muscle contraction and energy production. Over 70% of seniors are deficient due to poor diet or medication use. Creatine increases muscle energy and water content, boosting strength. McMaster University found that 3 to 5 grams daily enhanced muscle mass and cognition in seniors. Methylated B12 supports nerve function and energy production. Absorption declines with age, exacerbated by medications like metformin. Zinc, selenium, chromium. These trace minerals enhance protein synthesis and insulin sensitivity, ensuring nutrients reach muscles. How superagers do it differently. Superagers don't rely on generic multivitamins. Get tested. Blood tests identify specific deficiencies, allowing targeted supplementation. Eat nutrient-dense foods. Dark leafy greens, nuts, seeds, fatty fish, and dark chocolate provide magnesium, zinc, and selenium. Supplement strategically. Use bioavailable forms like magnesium glycinate, methylcobalamin, and creatine monohydrate. Robert, a 75-year-old former mechanic, noticed his strength waning despite regular walks. A blood test revealed deficiencies in magnesium and B12. His doctor prescribed magnesium glycinate 400 milligrams daily and methylcobalamin 1,000 micrograms daily, alongside a diet rich in spinach and salmon. Robert also added 3 grams of creatine daily. 6 months later, his grip strength improved by 25%, and he could lift heavier tools again, reviving his hobby of restoring vintage cars. Practical tips. Request micronutrient testing. Ask your doctor for magnesium, B12, zinc, and selenium tests. Incorporate superfoods. Add spinach, almonds, and salmon to your weekly meals. Supplement safely. Start with low doses and monitor for side effects, consulting a healthcare provider. As a researcher, I've seen how micronutrient deficiencies silently sabotage health. A 2022 study I reviewed showed that 65% of seniors over 70 have suboptimal micronutrient levels, directly impacting muscle health. Without them, even the best exercise and diet plans fall short. Personalized supplementation ensures your body has the tools to rebuild muscle. Habit number 4. Daily inflammation management. Chronic low-grade inflammation, or inflammaging, is a primary driver of sarcopenia. It breaks down muscle protein faster than the body can rebuild and blocks anabolic signals post-exercise. A Tufts University study found that seniors with high inflammation markers lost muscle 3 times faster than those with low levels. Key markers like high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, HSCRP, are often elevated in seniors, with superagers maintaining levels below 1 mg per liter compared to the average 3 to 5 mg/L. Superagers combat inflammation through sleep quality. 7 to 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep in a dark room reduces inflammatory cytokines by up to 40%. Gut health. Diverse fiber, 30-plus plant types weekly, and fermented foods like yogurt support beneficial gut bacteria, reducing systemic inflammation. Balanced exercise. Moderate activity most days, with high-intensity bursts 1 to 2 times weekly, avoids inflammation spikes. Anti-inflammatory compounds, omega-3s, 2 to 3G daily, curcumin, and polyphenol-rich foods, berries, green tea, lower HSCRP by up to 29% in 12 weeks. Linda, an 80-year-old artist, suffered from joint pain and muscle weakness, limiting her painting time. Blood tests showed high HSCRP levels. She adopted a Mediterranean diet with salmon, berries, and olive oil, added 2 grams of omega-3 supplements, and prioritized 8 hours of sleep. She also started gentle yoga 5 days a week. Within 3 months, her HSCRP dropped from 4.2 to 1.1 milligrams per liter, her pain subsided, and she could paint for hours again, even exhibiting her work at a local gallery. Practical tips. Monitor HSCRP. Request a blood test to track inflammation. Eat the rainbow. Aim for 5 to 7 colorful fruits and vegetables daily. Optimize sleep. Use blackout curtains and avoid screens before bed. Try yoga or walking. 30 minutes of moderate exercise daily reduces inflammation. Inflammation is a hidden driver of aging, a silent muscle thief. My clinical experience shows that gut health is pivotal. 90% of my patients with high inflammation have imbalanced microbiomes. A 2025 study I'm tracking suggests that prebiotics like inulin can reduce inflammation by 22% in 6 months. Habit number 5, vitamin D optimization, the muscle vitamin. Vitamin D, dubbed the muscle vitamin, is critical for muscle protein synthesis and growth. Over 80% of seniors are deficient, with levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter, while superagers maintain levels above 40 nanograms per milliliter. A JAMA internal medicine study found that optimal vitamin D levels correlate with 25% greater muscle strength, better balance, and fewer falls. Vitamin D receptors and muscle cells activate pathways that preserve tissue, but aging skin produces 50% less vitamin D from sunlight by age 65. Superagers optimize vitamin D through supplementation, 2,000 to 4,000 IU daily, personalized via blood tests, far exceeds the standard 600 IU recommendation. Synergy with K2, vitamin K2 found in fermented foods, directs calcium to bones, preventing arterial calcification. Sun exposure. 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun, when possible, boosts natural production. Dietary sources. Fatty fish, egg yolks, and fortified dairy provide additional vitamin D. Susan, a 77-year-old librarian, struggled with frequent falls and muscle weakness. A blood test revealed her vitamin D level was 15 nanograms per milliliter. Her doctor prescribed 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 with K2 daily and encouraged 15 minutes of sun exposure. Susan also added salmon to her diet. Within 6 months, her vitamin D level reached 42 nanograms per milliliter, her strength improved, and she resumed her daily walks without fear of falling, even volunteering at a local book fair. Practical tips. Get tested. Aim for a vitamin D level of 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter. Pair with K2. Include natto or supplements with 100 to 200 micrograms K2 daily. Safe sun exposure. Expose arms and legs to midday sun, avoiding burns. Eat vitamin D foods. Incorporate salmon, mackerel, or fortified yogurt. Vitamin D deficiency silently sabotages strength. Vitamin D is a cornerstone of muscle health, yet most seniors are deficient. My research highlights that combining D3 with K2 reduces cardiovascular risks by 15%, making it a safe, effective strategy. Optimizing it unlocks muscle building potential and enhances balance, reducing fall risk. Habit number 6, strategic protein timing, fueling muscle growth. As we age, anabolic resistance reduces the body's ability to use protein efficiently, requiring strategic timing to maximize muscle protein synthesis, MPS. A Journal of Nutrition study found that spreading 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein across 3 meals daily increases MPS by 25% compared to consuming most protein at dinner, as many seniors do. MPS peaks 3 to 4 hours after a meal, so evenly spaced intake ensures constant muscle repair. Superagers. Balance protein intake. Aim for 25 to 30 g per meal, using eggs, Greek yogurt, lean meats, fish, or beans. Include breakfast. Swap toast for protein-rich options like a smoothie with whey protein or scrambled eggs. Choose high-quality sources. Prioritize complete proteins with all essential amino acids. Case study, David's muscle gain at 74. David, a 74-year-old retired engineer, felt weak despite eating plenty of protein at dinner. A nutritionist advised spreading his intake, eggs and Greek yogurt for breakfast, grilled chicken for lunch, and salmon for dinner, each with 25 g protein. David also added a post-workout protein shake. In 12 weeks, he gained 1.5 pounds of muscle and could carry his grandchildren again, boosting his confidence. Practical tips. Plan meals. Prep protein-rich meals in advance to ensure consistency. Use shakes. A whey or plant-based protein shake is convenient for busy days. Combine with carbs. Pair protein with complex carbs, e.g. sweet potatoes, to enhance MPS. Protein timing is as critical as quantity. My patients who shift to balanced meals report more energy and strength. A 2024 meta-analysis I reviewed confirms that evenly spaced protein intake maximizes muscle retention in seniors. Timing protein intake maximizes muscle repair, preventing the one big meal trap that limits MPS in seniors. Habit number 7, Hormetic stressors, beneficial stress for muscle health. Hormetic stressors, low doses of stress that strengthen rather than harm, are powerful anti-aging tools. Research from the Buck Institute shows that brief exposures to cold, heat, fasting, or intense contractions activate longevity genes, SIRT1, FOXO3, that preserve muscle. For example, cold exposure boosts adiponectin, protecting muscle from breakdown, while sauna use reduces muscle loss by 40% over 10 years, per a Finnish study. Superagers use. Temperature variation. 30 to 60 seconds of cold showers or 15-minute saunas 4 to 7 times weekly. Intermittent fasting. An 8 to 10-hour eating window triggers autophagy, improving muscle quality by 10% in 12 weeks. Overcoming isometrics. 5 to 10-second max effort pushes against immovable objects signal muscles to grow without joint stress. Case study, Emma's cold plunge at 81. Emma, an 81-year-old former nurse, felt her energy waning. Inspired by a documentary, she started ending showers with 30 seconds of cold water and practiced 16:8 fasting. She also did isometric wall pushes twice weekly. Within 3 months, her muscle tone improved, and she felt more alert, allowing her to volunteer at a community health clinic. Practical tips. Start with cold. Try 15 seconds of cold water, gradually increasing to 60 seconds. Ease into fasting. Begin with a 12-hour eating window, narrowing to 8 to 10 hours. Try isometrics. Push against a wall or door frame for 5 seconds, 3 to 5 times twice weekly. Hormesis is a powerful anti-aging tool. My research shows that brief stressors upregulate CYRT1 and FOXO3 genes, preserving muscle. Start small to avoid overwhelm. Consistency is key, making them ideal for seniors. Conclusion: lessons for a stronger future. The journey to restore muscle strength isn't about quick fixes. It's about embracing evidence-based habits that align with your body's biology. From progressive resistance training to hormetic stressors, these 7 habits offer a blueprint for defying sarcopenia and aging with vitality. Here are the key lessons. 1. Start now. Start small. Whether it's a 5-minute isometric session or adding protein to breakfast, small changes compound over time. 2. Personalize your approach. Blood tests for vitamin D, micronutrients, and inflammation guide targeted interventions. 3. Mind the brain-muscle link. Coordination activities and cognitive challenges preserve neuromuscular health. 4. Embrace controlled stress. Hormetic stressors like cold exposure or fasting are powerful allies when done safely. 5. Seek guidance. Work with trainers, nutritionists, or doctors to ensure safe, effective practices. The stories of John, Maria, Robert, Linda, Susan, David, and Emma prove that age is no barrier to strength. Your next steps. Today, add 25g protein to breakfast and try box breathing for 5 minutes. This week, schedule a vitamin D test and join a Tai Chi class. This month, start PRT with a trainer and incorporate cold showers. Ongoing, monitor progress, adjust habits, and celebrate small wins. As a physician, I've seen these habits transform lives. By adopting these habits, you're not just rebuilding muscle, you're reclaiming independence, confidence, and joy. Begin with one habit today and let your future self thank you for the investment. Sarcopenia doesn't have to define your later years. By adopting these 7 habits, you can restore muscle strength, prevent falls, and live vibrantly into your 80s and beyond. Which habit will you start with? Share your story in the comments below, and let's inspire each other to thrive. Your journey to strength starts now. Don't wait another day. If you found this video helpful, please remember to hit the like button. It really helps us bring you more valuable content. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts, questions, or what topic you'd like us to cover next. We love hearing from you. Of course, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest health tips and insights. Stay informed, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.